Welcome back at the Holy Duck, ready for game number 2. We have Boucherie de Paris facing Namur Roller Derby here in Antwerp. It will be our second game. We had a first game, Antwerp versus Valencia. Valencia faced it off with Antwerp, the hosting team. Antwerp took home the win, and we are now ready for game number 2. Two new fresh teams. We haven't seen them play yet, and I want to inform you who is playing from La Boucherie. So we have 0-1 Armadillo, 1-3 Bouillou, 1-7 Petit Tonnerre, 4 Paillette, 5-5-4 Peppermint, 8-0 Chafouin, 9-7-4 Silent Wheels, 1-1-7 Cabrita, 1-3-1-2 Nick Labac, 2-6 Le Bigot, 4-5 Dory, 5-6 Fiend Ton, 9-3-3-3 Fuchsia.
And they will be taking on Namur Roller Derby in a couple of minutes. And for Namur, we have playing 0-1 Lulu, 1-2 Ninon, 1-3 Chaton, 2-7 Gilles, 5-3-7 La Route, 9 Jackie, 0-3 Knappy, 1-2-7 Sailor Mean, 2-4 Aline, 4-0 Pimus, and 8-9 Pull-up, 9-3-4 Tinker.
And we had a look for you at the ranking. So we have a fresh new ranking here for WFTDA, which we had after COVID. So it's a new ranking system. We're all new to it. It works a little bit different. Please don't ask me any details because I don't know. But for the ranking wise, we have Namur, who is on number 18. And we have La Boucherie, who is on number 14, playing each other. So they're quite closely ranked. We'll see what happens. By the way, you can also send us some messages on YouTube. We have a chat. So if there's anything you would like to say to us directly, please feel free to contact us. We have Ninon and Armadillo together on the track. Ninon with the quick lead.
And Ninon stuck behind a strong wall, while Armadillo is also out of the pack. And Ninon quickly calls it off, preventing Armadillo from scoring any points and taking away 3 points herself.
Ja, ik weet het, maar ik heb dat afgezet.
And we have Gilles lining up, and Gilles will be facing off.
Against Paillette. We have a quick lead for La Boucherie, team in green, let's say, green and blue to keep it a little bit simple. And a star pass, a very quick star pass to Namur. Pulp with the star on. Did they manage to score any points? Yes, they did. 1 point for Namur, 3 points for La Boucherie, excuse me. And those are the first points on the board. No, that's not true. I lied. I'm sorry for lying. Yes.
And we have Lulu on the track for Namur. And Silent Wheels.
Silent Wheels for La Boucherie. Silent Wheels in the front of the pack, facing 2 blockers for Namur. Namur strong with the offense, but it is Boucherie with the lead and going around for the scoring pass. Lulu with the star in hand in the back of the pack. And they're through. Jammer being, de la Boucherie is being recycled, and we have a cutting of the track penalty for Lulu. So first power jam of the game. La Boucherie calls it off, freezing the jammer in the box. One blocker for Namur in the box. Pivot for La Boucherie in the box. So we're starting with a limited amount of players on the track.
And for La Boucherie, that'll mean that they have 30 seconds before the Namur jammer is out of the box.
Yes.
30 seconds to score lead jammer and score points.
Again, Namur choosing to play a little bit of a different strategy for the start. So not a wall of 3, but a 2+1. We have the 3 blockers for La Boucherie, a little bit hesitant to play offense, and the strong defense for Namur. Pulp in the front, holding the jammer a little bit back. But it is a lead for La Boucherie. Jammer for Namur is already standing, and we have all the blockers returning to the track. Lulu with the star in hand, because they will go for their first scoring pass, initial pass, and La Boucherie jammer Buyu already on the scoring pass, star pass for Namur.
And Pulp is now now has the star and a quick call off for La Boucherie.
Strong game so far. 10 for La Boucherie, Namur 4 points. Both teams are working hard. Game goes quite fast, a little bit faster, I think, than the game we saw before with Valencia and Antwerp.
And we have Armadillo versus Nino on the track, the same as the first jam.
Chateau hitting out the jammer, but going out themselves. So we have a no pass, no penalty. This means that there is no lead yet. But Nino has a star in hand, which then means we have no lead, and therefore we will have a 2-minute jam.
And Nino is out of the pack.
La Boucherie finalizing their first scoring pass, 4 points extra on the board, and Nino going in for the first scoring pass. They will be able to score points because we have no lead in this jam.
And Nino going through the inside and picking up 4 points.
Good job there by Chaton recycling the jammer, but number 17 for La Boucherie knew it and hit them out as well, making sure that the jammer didn't have to be recycled all the way back. Chaton is now off to the penalty box. Nino going for some defense, being hit out by number 9333 from La Boucherie.
Jackie coming out of the pack and trying to assist Nino.
Very high jam already for La Boucherie, so 12 points on the board already. And another scoring pass finished, plus another blocker for Namur to the box. 16 to 8 for this jam. Good job there on the inside line by the blockers for La Boucherie. Doing a good offense there, making sure that Armadillo didn't have to touch anyone, really. Whoop. Jumping through the pack. And it is the end of the jam. 20 points on the board for La Boucherie. 8 points on the board, 24 points even on the board for La Boucherie. 11 points on the board for Namur, bringing the end score 34 to 15. So long for the penalties. Namur already 7 penalties, Boucherie 1 penalty. So we are only on jam number 5 now. So jam number 6 now. So jamming for Namur is Guy and Payet for Boucherie. Lead for Namur, but Payet very close by. Blocker for La Boucherie in the box. Strong offense there for by Namur blockers, but I do think the jammer did not manage to score any points. So 0-0 on the end of that jam. So still 34-15 in favor of La Boucherie.
And then we have Silent Wheels facing off Lulu. As we're going into 5 seconds.
Already a lot of anxious moving before the whistle even blows. So it's a very hectic game. That's what it looks like. Pulp with a strong hit on Silent Wheels, making sure that they are recycled, leaving Lulu in the front of the pack and scoring that, or having that lead, going in for the first scoring pass.
And Silent Wheels taking off the jammer panty.
Good communication there with the offense and the defense for, or the offense and the jammer for Namur, being able to score this pass. Silent Wheels with the star in hand. Silent Wheels on the end of the of that first pass, and Lulu second scoring pass done. Another 4 points on the board. So that's, I think it will be, 12, or is it 8? It will be 8 points for Namur, 0 points for La Boucherie, 23-34. And we still have 21 minutes to go. Nino facing Buyu. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Number 13 in the middle of the pack. Nino being hit out and being recycled again.
And in the meantime, we have the pivot of La Boucherie going to the penalty box.
Very strong work there by the Boucherie jammer, really not giving up. And we have another star pass for Namur to Jackie. And Boucherie with the call-off. It's a really quick, hectic game. A lot of moving, a lot of hits, a lot of footwork.
And a high pace. Which is
making it a high-paced game, yes.
Which is not an easy feat on this floor.
No.
Because this is a sticky floor.
It is a sticky floor, and we have 2 people in the box for Namur. One, the pivot for La Boucherie, already ready to be out of the box, so that will not take long. We have an official timeout. That gives me some time to talk a bit about the 2 different teams. So Namur is a Belgian team. They come from Namur, obviously. And La Boucherie de Paris comes from France, and they are a French team, obviously. Both of the teams have 3, or according to their website, they have 3 teams. Both of the teams we see here are the travel teams, or the A teams. And we have the... For the Quack de Paris, it's La Boucherie is the A team, La Barbac is the B team, and La Carcasse is the C team, all in the Boucherie line. And for Namur, they just go simply with équipe A, B, et C. Gilly facing Armadillo on the track. Beautiful defense there by Namur. 2 blockers on the track only. That's not an easy feat. So it's really good job there done. 2 blockers in the back, but it is lead for Namur, for La Boucherie. Then we have the Gilly being stuck behind those blockers, and a full pack now for La Boucherie. First scoring pass done, and we still have Gilly on the initial with the star in hand. They were trying to go for a star pass before, and it did manage to work out now to Pulp.
And we have Armadillo with a quick call-off, preventing Namur from scoring any points. And picking up 8 points for La Boucherie, making it 45 points versus 23.
And we have our first timeout for Team Blue. But La Boucherie is ready for it. They were already on the track and they are not going back. We have one blocker for Namur starting in the box. So this is what that looks like. So maybe this gives us some time to talk about the officials. For the skating officials, we have Roger, Delirious Driver, Guinosaurus, Les Crocs, Micro, Tarao, et Beat Hell Juice. And for the non-skating officials,
we have Give Me Five, Lucas, Little Bounce, Popotin, Eagle Eye Mary, Uterus, Poof, Lola Rock'n'Rolla, Loca Nurse, and Rolin.
Yeah, not only do we have a lot of officials here from Namur, we have Namur playing here, and I'm seeing on the live stream that we have so many people from Namur watching, so show some love for the team in blue. You can also do a small donation, by the way, for our live stream, which is completely voluntarily done. So we are all here because we love roller derby, and none of us get paid a single snippet. But it would be great if you give a little shout out, do a donation, and again with the quick footwork, Lulu going from in to out, but it is Payette with the lead for La Boucherie. Lulu now with the star in hand on the inside line. Payette returning for the first scoring pass. Lulu being recycled. A little bit of hard work there for La Boucherie, and again Lulu being recycled. Still initial pass, but strong defense there by the Namur blockers in the front. It's not an easy scoring pass. Nice footwork, and Payette with the 4 points.
Being rewarded from some really nice derby moves.
Yes, Lulu really struggling with that first corner there, being recycled back, doing a star pass to number 537, who is the pivot and who now has the jammer cover in hand. But they're also struggling with that very, very strong 3-wall for La Boucherie, which makes me excited to see them play more, because their strong defense is sure something to look out for. Again, recycling the jammer. Cutting off the track penalty for the jammer for Namur. Second power jam in favor of La Boucherie. And we really don't want to be doing that.
And La Boucherie only having a jammer, a blocker less on track.
Yeah, so La Boucherie also having one blocker in the box at the end of that jam there. For Namur, the jammer will start from the box, and we have Chaton also in the box. So we're going to start with a smaller pack for Namur, and Boucherie in the power start, which is a dominant position to be in. Good offensive work there. Everybody takes someone, but No Wheels and Pulp are really fighting it out. No Wheels struggling a little there on the defensive side for Namur. Namur really good with the one-on-ones, killing that penalty time for their own jammer, which is incredible. Lead is still open, recycling their jammer. Lead is still open, and we have Namur returning to the track with a star on the helmet. So this could be a lead situation for Namur. It could go either way. Namur in the front of the pack, and they have lead.
Which is a very nice achievement.
Yes, and it is also a pivot that is now jamming. So it's two things that are impressive, I think. And at the end of the scoring pass, a little bit of a rumble there with the defense for La Boucherie. And we're going back for the recycle. Strong there by Namur, but the outside line was not guarded enough.
And Silent Wheels being knocked out all the way in the front and being recycled by Ninon.
Yes, a very strong hit. I think No Wheels was like, oh, so close.
No Wheels was really glad to be out of the pack, but Ninon put an end to that. And with 4 points for Namur, 4 extra points, which makes it 8 points for Namur, taking their score up to 31. And for La Boucherie, 57. We have on the track, we have Gilles lining up for Namur and facing off against number 13.
So we have for the penalty counter 5 for Boucherie, 12 for Namur, and an extremely quick lead there for La Boucherie Jammers. So they are with the lead already on the scoring pass, while we have the jammer for Namur struggling. It's Gilly against the wall for La Boucherie in the front. Again, it's going quite fast, and I have the idea, I cannot know because I'm not on the track, but that the impact is quite high. So a lot of turning, a lot of hitting, a lot of doing these moves. Gilly to
we
the...
have a power jam situation.
Yes.
With the Namur jammer being sent to the penalty box.
Is it the high pace that they're not used to, maybe? Is it something else that is happening? Why we already have 3 power jams, or maybe 4, I'm not sure, for Namur. This is in favor of La Boucherie, who are not extremely dominant, but the more dominant team at this point, 61 to 31. Still 13 minutes on the clock. So I'm curious what this will look like.
And we have Armadillo jamming for La Boucherie, forcing through the pack and picking up lead jammer status. With the jammer for Namur taking off the penalty.
Yes, Namur another blocker to the box.
And with the penalty in hand.
Lead is already closed, so it doesn't make sense to keep it on for your scoring pass, for your initial pass.
And now they have to block 2 players, because you have the jammer and also the pivot you need to block, which makes it harder. And a quick, effective star pass.
Yes, with one big hit, Pulp manages to get out of that pack and going for the scoring pass. No points scored there, but they did manage to really take the speed and the point scoring away from La Boucherie by going really quickly into the wall. So only 4 points on the board for La Boucherie, 0 for Namur. We started with a power start. We had a lead not extremely quickly, but pretty quickly for La Boucherie, but then they only scored the 4 points. So Namur is doing something really good with killing that penalty time really well. And now Lulu quickly with the lead on the outside line, and we have Payet struggling a little in the front, manages to get through. Lulu going, trying to get the wall out of balance and calling it off. 4 points on the board for Namur, 0 points for La Boucherie. Shout out also to our amazing officials who are this entire weekend on and off wheels, trying really hard to see everything that is happening, which is not good for roller derby, and sending everyone off the track if they do something nasty. Like, for instance, one of the blockers from La Boucherie, who is now sitting in the penalty box. Ninon facing a wall of 3, and No Wheels facing a wall of 4. Namur with the complete defense, and it's paying off. One more blocker to the box for La Boucherie. Ninon with the lead. Pivot for Boucherie with the star in hand. Ninon quickly behind the now new jammer, number 4-5. Dory for La Boucherie. And Ninon with the apex jump on the inside line, and Dory struggling with the defense for La Boucherie.
And Nino deciding to keep it running instead of calling it off immediately and picking up in another 4 points with a beautiful apex jump.
Yeah, a little hop there on the inside line. Nino fell back a little, but we still have the first scoring pass for La Boucherie, the jammer who used to be a pivot. And then we have Nino, again with the beautiful footwork. They're really good at doing the dances on the lines, really breaking up that wall while with being super agile. And already another scoring pass is done. Now they are being recycled, and the jammer for La Boucherie did the first scoring pass. Nino was there on the inside line, going for the points, scoring 3 points in that last scoring pass. 19 points in total for Namur on the board in this last jam, which is a good call to keep it going. And La Boucherie 4 points on the board, so bringing up the total to 69 for La Boucherie and 54 for Namur, bringing the two teams closer together.
In the meantime, we go to an official timeout. I think Nino it did really well last jam.
Yes.
You can see that this cost a lot of effort and a lot of energy, but it paid off with 19 points. In the meantime, we have an official timeout.
We're going to take a little bit of a look to the penalty board. So for Boucherie, it looks quite well. People with 1 penalty, 2 penalties, that's fine. For Namur, we have quite a lot more, so a lot of people with 1, but then already 3 people with 3 penalties, and we still have almost 9 minutes to go in this first half. Gilly facing number 13 for La Boucherie. Little bit of a dance battle there in the beginning. Boucherie with the offense, Namur with the full defense. Boucherie manages to recycle Gilly all the way back, putting their jammer Buyu at the front of the pack. Perfect, the pivot with the strong offense, but it was not quite enough. We have a multiplayer penalty for Namur, and the lead is for Buyu. Yeah, it's a. And we have 1 blocker in the box with a multiplayer penalty for Namur. Gilly going through with the star in hand. Lead is for La Boucherie. And we have the call off. And the 4 points.
Yes, with 0 for Namur.
73 to 54 in favor of Namur. The lead is quite evenly spread. We have 9 times for La Boucherie and 6 times for Namur, so it's not that big of a difference, I believe, in this game. Let's see what happens next. Lulu and Armadillo on the track. Armadillo going past through their own wall. This often is a little bit sketchy for the other blockers, and they did manage to get leads right at the end there at the pivot line. Lulu with the star in hand and another power jam in favor of La Boucherie. That makes me very sad, because I do believe Namur is on a good track to make this a good game that can be very, very intense. But power jam situations kind of make it, make it a little bit more less exciting, I think. So Armadillo with the lead, going for the second scoring pass. We have a goat situation in the back by La Boucherie, slowing the pack down, making Namur go out of play, and Armadillo making quick work of that scoring pass. So 8 points already on the board. We have Namur coming in, jammer for Namur coming in, still initial, star in hand. The force is there. Armadillo waiting for the offense. Getting the offense. do having to be returned by Tinker. We have a star pass situation for Namur to Jackie, who is now facing that very strong defense wall for La Boucherie in the front. Still no initial pass for the Paris team, for the Namur team. Paris is doing quite strongly, but they want some offense. Give me some offense, I think.
With 10 seconds left for this jam, this will be another 2-minute jam, which will be really tiresome for the players on track.
Most definitely.
Because these are tough walls, and it's not easy to get through them from both teams.
Nice jam for La Boucherie, 12 points on the board, 0 points, no initial for Namur here. So that's 85 to 54 for the team, which is an impressive jam, I believe.
Yes. Meanwhile, we have Nino lining up on the track, and Nino will be going up against Palette.
Payet with the lead already, and we have the quick star pass there at the end. Good one-on-one blocking by the pivot for La Boucherie. Nice job there. Very impressive holding the jammer alone for so long. But L'Enroule did manage to go for the call-off. Payet scoring 2 points on that last jam. Quick jams, lots of movement, lots of high impact. It's going quite quickly, I think, a lot more quick than the previous game we saw, where a lot of the action happened in the first and second corner. Now we have a lot of action going on the other straightaway almost. So yeah, exciting to see how different these teams play. Silent Wheels against Gilly on the track. Silent Wheels in the back, struggling against that very strong defense wall by Namur. We have Pulp waiting to do some offense as a bridge. One blocker down for Boucherie. Offense by the jammer, the pivot from Namur. But Namur also really struggling with that extremely good defense by La Boucherie. Look at that two-wall, super impressive.
And with the spread pack as it is at the moment, you are missing blockers for the offense, which makes it extra hard for the jammers.
Also, good job there going back with two people, making sure that the blocker who was trying to hit that jammer out did not manage to hit anyone because it was so confusing. Gilly back in the end, trying to get offense from their jammer, but we have another power jam. And again, very unfortunate.
And again, it's the Namur jammer in the penalty box.
Yeah, and but Silent Wheels is also struggling. We still have an open lead in this jam, so we have been going for a minute and a half. No lead called, no end of initial pass yet. Silent Wheels should be getting a full offense at this point, having like a ton of people helping. It's not happening, and we have killed the time of the penalty from Gilly, because Boucherie has to go back for the defense. Would be incredible if Gilly would now get a lead. But the 2 minutes are over. No lead called in this jam. I do believe these teams are very good and well matched. As you can see, a 2-minute jam, no lead called. That's an impressive defeat for both teams. But I do think Namur, with the power jams and a little bit more penalties compared to Boucherie, leaves the difference at about 30-ish points. 54 for Namur, 87 for La Boucherie. Lulu against Buyou on the track as the jammers.
And with a little over a minute left on the game clock, this might be the last jam, or they might be able to squeeze an extra one out.
Another star pass for Namur. The jammer is being recycled, and we have Boucherie already on a scoring pass. No initial yet for Namur, but 2 blockers down for La Boucherie. And again, very strong defense for Namur. They are really good at going slow, making a little bit of a weirder wall, maybe not like a traditional tripod, but still managing to hold that jammer and killing that time for that scoring pass. Still the first scoring pass for La Boucherie, and it is not yet completed. Namur struggling with that initial pass there in the front with number 26 of La Boucherie, really managing to hold that pivot. But Aline is through. And we have the call off. 4 points on the board for La Boucherie. 91 for La Boucherie, 54 for Namur. And my idea is always that if we go to intermission and we don't have 100 points on the board, it's a close game.
It really is. Really kudos to the blockers on track. They are doing an awesome job. And also kudos for the officials for keeping the game running.
So we have at the end of right before we go to intermission, some interesting things that I want to share with you. We have seen 9 star passes for Namur, 1 for La Boucherie, 12 lead statuses for Boucherie, 6 for Namur, penalties 19 for Namur and 12 for La Boucherie. So La Boucherie is running in those penalties. And this is how we are going to go to intermission. 91 for La Boucherie, 54 for Namur. And we will see you again in less than 14 minutes to see the second half of this very exciting game.
It has been a great game to watch. A lot of action, a lot of speed on the track. And let's see if they can keep it up for the second half.
Yes, and hello again to our 66 viewers on the live stream. You can leave a comment, and we'll, if we see and it's not something else than Allez Namur, I will respond. If you have any questions, let us know. And then also, you can leave a little donation for the live stream. It is free, so if you have some change that you can spare, please give it to our incredible live stream that we have today and tomorrow.
As we're going to 5 seconds, we have Armadillo on track, and Armadillo will be facing off against Ninon.
Wow, beautiful, incredible, quick lead there on the inside line by Armadillo. Maybe they're the Boucherie's highest performing jammer. I'm not 100% sure. And then we have a pack that's kind of rolled into one, and Ninon at the end of the scoring pass, initial pass, star in hand, now star on. And Armadillo trying to go for the apex jump. Was it successful? Nope, it was not. Strict but fair. There is a 0 points by our skating official, Professor Magunigal. It's on the back, but I don't see them in my list. I'm terribly sorry that I might have forgotten about you. 2 highest performing jammers were facing each other off in that last jam. We had Ninon 33 points, but Armadillo for La Boucherie has already scored 52 points. That's more than half of all the points that Boucherie have on the board. But now it is Payette and Gilly. And it is Gilly, and I think it's Gilly's first lead for this game. And Payette still on the initial having a star pass. Second lead for Gilly, I am corrected. And it is the jammer with the star in hand for La Boucherie. Now with the star on the helmet. And Gilly going for the call-off. So 4 points scored, 3 points scored for Namur, 0 on the board for La Boucherie. They are very close to the 100 marker, but are not over it yet.
And we have Lulu facing off Silent Wheels for the next jam.
Yeah, we have maybe a little bit of a shift in the jammer duos that we have seen so far. Silent, oh, Lulu,
really,
very quick.
Yes, and really nice work for Namur for clearing the path for Lulu.
Yeah, and 1-2-7, beautiful job there, holding the jammer for a little while alone. But unfortunately, oh no, okay, I thought we had a penalty, but it was not. It was just a little bit of a hiccup on the skate. And we have a star pass for La Boucherie to number 9333. And the call off.
And we have a call off with one blocker of each team in the penalty box, which will make it 3 versus 3 for the blockers, which might give an advantage to the jammers lining up. And we have Ninon again on track, and Ninon will be facing off
Buyu. And we have nice, slowly but surely. I have the idea that Namur is crawling back. They did have a good pass now. Again, Buyu had to take off the cover. Lead is for Namur. Ninon going past, looking for the box, I think, and going for the call off right at the end. 4 points for Namur, 2 points for La Boucherie.
With the Namur blocker that is in the box standing, it'll only take a short while for Namur to be back on track with 4 blockers.
Yes. Namur already managed to score 11 points in the second half. Boucherie only 6. But it is Armadillo, and Armadillo did get lead quite quickly. Now Gilly with the star in hand and now with the star on the helmet. Armadillo on for the scoring pass and going for the call-off. Quick call-off, so no waiting around, no dawdling, getting the points and calling. Even if it's only one point, Boucherie is taking their time to get to the 100 marker. 98 and 65 for Namur.
Well, if you end every jam with 1 point advantage, you will win the game. So
that is true. Ninon against Payet on the jammer line. Nice job there by Chaton holding the jammer together with Pulp. Payet waving the star to their pivot, but the pivot not really going for it.
And Ninon got hit in the face, but still going.
If there's no penalty called, it will not be illegal.
Yes.
Ninon passes the first scoring pass, and we still have an initial for La Boucherie. Namur really came out of the second half, that first timeout pretty well. So that's nice to see. Payet with the star in hand, working on that 2-wall for Namur. Chaton hitting them out. Not a far recycling back. Ninon and Payet being smooshed together. Ninon with the outside and the inside line.
And Ninon is through.
Multiplayer penalty for Knappi. Payet manages to get through, star in hand, will put the cover on probably now.
And hopping through. And
nice job there by Ninon, hopping along that inside line, taking a little bit of a fall, but scoring 2 more points for the team. 10 for Namur at that final jam, 0 for La Boucherie. Dus La Boucherie is really struggling to get back into the game after that first half. 75 points on the board for Namur, slowly but surely creeping in, making that point differential smaller. for La Boucherie. We have a team timeout for La Boucherie. I think we kind of know why.
A team timeout's always nice to use to get your calm back. That's why we have them. That's why we use them, and use them wisely.
Yes.
In the meantime, the referees also take the moment to have a chat and have a drink.
We have our track managers walking around, double checking if every piece of track is still on the floor. For the people who are interested, we play with an elevated track, so if your skate or your toe stop go across the line, you feel that you are out, so that helps with the game. This is also regulated, so it has to be a certain amount of height for the game. So we have to make sure that the track is secure, and that's what we're doing right now. So thank you so much to all our volunteers here today and tomorrow, because without any volunteers, there really wouldn't be any roller derby. We have Silent Wheels against Gilly on the track. Gilly quick on the inside line, but Silent Wheels close in pursuit. Who's gonna do it? We still have one blocker in the box for Namur, but Namur was back, so it did not make sense for Gilly to keep going, because it would have probably been more of a struggle to get past those blockers for La Boucherie, but at least some time killed for the penalty for Knappi, who is in the box. At this point, Namur has 21 penalties and La Boucherie has 14. Not too big, not too small, just a regular amount of penalties, I think. Playing without penalties is almost impossible. Lulu, again, really frantic on the inside, on the jammer line, going in to out, but still getting stuck there in that good tripod from La Boucherie. And we have Buyu struggling against that strong two-wall for Namur. So Namur often has a two-wall where they still have managed to get some offense going. Lulu being recycled again away from the jammer line. Buyu also being recycled by Chateau. And now the pack will be rolling back, I fear.
With both jammers being recycled at the same time.
Yes, we have a jammer in Pimous for a forearm penalty in the box with Namur. A penalty for the blocker for La Boucherie. Both jammers still on initial, and they have not rolled forward, but mainly backward. So we are at this point -1 route in. And again, we're rolling back.
Yes. We are half a track length behind where we started.
Yes. So the jammers inbound. Powered. We have a start pass to Pulp, who is going for the first scoring pass. Lead is still open if the jammer at some point the initial pass will be over, and then we will have a Boucherie maybe with the lead. 4 points are already on the board for Namur, and they can really use this. So it's actually a good way to score some points and close that gap between the two teams.
And with the 2 minutes over.
No initial for La Boucherie. 7 more points on the board. 82 to 98. People, this is getting so close. The La Boucherie has been flirting with 100 marker since before the end of the first period. Namur now slowly creeping in. We have an official timeout.
An official review called called by La Boucherie.
Yes. So we'll see what happens. We'll not take a guess. You take a guess at home, and then we'll see what happens. But so it's getting really close. So at this point we have, I'm going to do some math. 6, 16 points point differential. That's not very much. Namur has been scoring more, I think, or at least they have been scoring more than La Boucherie in that second half. We are already 10 minutes in the second half. La Boucherie has only scored a few points up till now, while Namur has really been benefiting and taking some good strategical choices to get further to La Boucherie. We're at this point going to hear, we're going to hear what happens. I'm sorry for people who are listening with in-ears. It was a frantic thing. All the teams can now take a breather at this point.
And in the meantime, I heard that they are asking for a back block penalty to be called.
On the jammer, probably.
And let's see what the referees
on the
decide.
jammer, or
they didn't state.
Okay, I would guess it's on the jammer, but okay, but I'm not gonna guess. That's what I was not gonna do. Penalties for La Boucherie, so normal amount of penalties, 3, a little bit more for Namur, but everyone is still pretty safe. 3 penalties max for both teams, which is a good thing. It's nice to see that the teams are keeping it clean. It can always be, we said it in the game against Valencia as well, with Antwerp and Valencia, it always takes a bit of adjustment to your ref crew. I'm guessing the no call stands because nobody new is going to the box. Armadillo and Nino, 2 highest achieving jammers of this game, facing each other at this point. And it is Armadillo on the inside line, very beautiful. A try, but not a success. As number 17, who has been doing a great job at the front of the pack, did not manage to catch Nino. And we have the call off.
And we just got the confirmation that indeed the no call stands.
Yes.
And with the 2 points, we'll finally bring the score for La Boucherie up to 100 points.
But even though La Boucherie had lead, they were a little bit late with the call off, and 3 points were still awarded to Namur, which means that the jam was for Namur. But we have passed the 100 point. 15 points differential between both teams. This is easy math. This is what I can do. Gilly with the lead against Payet. Payet struggling there with the good, strong defense. Look at that defense for Namur. Gilly coming for the first scoring pass. Payet has the star in hand, but the pivot of La Boucherie is hard at work doing defense. And this might be the first power jam in favor of Namur. So we have the jammer for La Boucherie in the box. And we have Gilly with the lead on the scoring pass. So Namur is in a great place to see strategically what they can do. You have a few options here. You can call it off, freeze the jammer in the box, or you can keep going, trying to close that gap of only 15 points. That's something you can do in a power jam.
That looked like they're going to run this power jam.
Yes.
With the La Boucherie jammer coming out of the box.
Yeah.
With the panty in hand.
And we have one blocker in the box for La Boucherie. It's their pivot. So even though Payet is back on the track, still on initial with the star in hand, they are not able to do a star pass because the pivot is just not there. Gilly again with the scoring pass. La Boucherie still on initial. Thank you so much, Just for your donation to the live stream, which is a good way to keep the live streams going. We have Payet coming in for the first scoring pass. Oh, right at the end, Gilly did make a cut of the track penalty and therefore has to go to the box. This is a power jam in favor of La Boucherie. And La Boucherie will start with a power start. And it's a close moment at the game. So only 5 points differential. Although the jammer did go to the box, this was a good jam for Namur. 11 points on the board, 1 point for La Boucherie, 101 in total for La Boucherie, 69 only for Namur, so I mean only close differential. No wheels, no, excuse me, no wheels is an NSO. Silent wheels. People with the names. Silent wheels on the track. Power start situation, but is stuck behind that good defense. But the offense on the inside line there in the first corner did manage to do something good. And Silent wheels is through. One blocker down for Namur, but Gilly is coming back to the track. Gilly will not be lead, and Gilly also has initial to go through. Silent wheels really good with going extremely low on the outside line there. And Gilly now back on track, using that offense from L'Enroule to get the jam going. Silent wheels being recycled by Tinker, together with Jackie on the track. Another hit out. And we have a star pass to L'Enroule, who will now go for the first scoring pass for Namur in this jam. 2 scoring passes for Boucherie, 6 points in total. 107 for La Boucherie, 96 for Namur. Pretty close, if you ask me.
Very close. Also really good both jamming and blocking actions in the last jam. You can see that the players are getting tired. It is a tough game. It is a really tough game. Strong walls, but also strong jammers.
Yeah, so Lulu against Bouillou on the track. Lulu with the lead. I have to say I was biased. At the first half, I did not think it was going to be this close. We have another power jam in front of Namur. I did not think that that gap that was pretty big at the end of the first half was going to be this close. 15 minutes in the second half. So kudos to Namur, who really kept on fighting. Lulu on the first scoring pass, struggling a little with that very strong defense from La Boucherie. Boucherie doing some good pack work. I've seen some really strong plays there done by number 5'9", Fenton. Lulu being recycled again. Nice job for La Boucherie by killing that penalty time for their jammer. Bouillou on the track, still initial, star in hand. Lulu, scoring pass, but only the first one. Again, Fenton, very, very strong work there at the end of the pack. Very strategical, good choices. Namur did score 4 points, 4-0, 100 points for Namur, 107 for La Boucherie. This is close. I'm sorry, I lost my faith there, okay? They say in the live stream, come on, Knikmops, have some faith. And yeah, you are right, I should have had more faith. Nino against Armadillo on the track. Very, very chaotic pack there. Both jammers working really hard on those defensive walls. No lead so far. Nino in the back, one blocker for La Boucherie down. It's the pivot. Namur full defense in the front. Nino having to struggle a little alone there, falling, being recycled. And Armadillo very strong there. Good footwork.
And Nino going through the inside and passing all the blockers. Nino very strong with laterals.
And we have a race. So
yes.
When the two jammers are this close together, people will speed up the pack to be not a point for the jammer. And if both walls do it, we have a little bit of a race there going on. So it's a very quick game already, and we're doing really good, and it's pretty close, 7 points, and then 0-0. So nail biting. I hope everyone is as exciting as I am. We have 82 of you watching with us, so I hope you find this as exciting as we do. Gilly and Payet together on the track. For the penalties, so far we have Gilly with the lead. For the penalties so far, we have 20 for La Boucherie, 20 for Namur. So that's pretty close together. The teams at this, especially in the second half, seem very well matched. And we have, again, a rollback of the track. Gilly in the back with the lead on the scoring pass. We have Payet on their first scoring pass. Gilly with the call off there because Payet was returning. How many points will it be? One blocker down for La Boucherie at the start of the next jam.
The call off was in time, so 0 points for La Boucherie.
And 3 points scored, bringing the point differential at 4 points. People, 4 points is nothing.
4 points is one pass.
Yeah, it's only one pass. It's not even a jam. Could be anything. Could be anything. Super excited. Lulu there on the outside line with the lead. Silent wheels in the middle of the pack, struggling with the star in hand to Namur. Namur is already on the pivot, so they are ready for the star pass. I have to say the scoring passes are pretty decent now. Lulu, I say decent. I mean, the scoring passes are not as quick, but they are happening. So Lulu, 4 points, 107, 107 on the board. We have a star pass for La Boucherie. Nino, Lulu managed to do a second scoring pass. This is a lead change. Namur, 111. La Boucherie, 107. Lulu again on the scoring pass. Also La Boucherie on the scoring pass.
And Lulu is decided to go for one more pass, even though both are at the moment on the scoring pass.
So the pivot for La Boucherie is the jammer, and therefore this could be a strategical decision to keep the jam going. Lulu being recycled, but also the pivot for and the jammer for Namur. And Lulu with the cutting of the track penalty. Oh no! We have a power jam in favor of La Boucherie.
And with Lulu going to the penalty box, that will make this a 2-minute penalty, two-minute jam.
It's only 20 seconds left, so but the Namur blockers are doing an incredible job of killing that scoring pass. I think the jammer will probably already have the 4 points, but still behind everyone. Lulu already standing, 0 points scored. Whew. It's 3 points extra for La Boucherie, 4 points for Namur, 115 for Namur, 110 for La Boucherie. I hope you are all on the edge of your seat because we had a lead change in that last jam that took us 2 minutes to get through. And Namur is now, for the first time since the start of this game, in the winning end.
And La Boucherie, in the meantime, calling a team timeout. They will need to regain their calm and retain their calm for the next 8 minutes.
8 more minutes, anything can happen. This is incredible. I do have to say, we had such a different first half compared to our second half. The first half we had a little bit more dominance. I think pretty much more dominance from La Boucherie, but in the second half, Namur, I don't know what they ate during halftime, but I want some because it is paying off really slowly but surely, leaving no trace, leaving no crumb for La Boucherie, paving the way to that point differential, which now is 5 points in favor of Namur. When we started this half, it was only almost a 40-point differential, even more in favor of La Boucherie. This is why we watch roller derby. I love it. I love it. I love every minute of it.
And with the teams lining up, we have Ninon versus Armadillo, both deciding to put up their high-scoring jammer. And let's see if they can what they can do with the score.
Nice, quick lead for Armadillo. We have both teams full pack on the track. Quick start pass there to Pulp, who is battling number 17, who does an incredible job there as the last blocker standing. Armadillo already on the scoring pass. Pulp really fighting to get this quick going. We did have the call off on time this time. 3 points for La Boucherie. 2 points point differential. 113 and 115 for Namur. We have in the total of this.
We have a 4 points. 4 points for La Boucherie, which makes it 1 point difference.
1 point, people, 1 point.
1 point difference with 7 minutes left on the clock.
Now we have Buyou against Gilly, and Gilly with the lead. That brings total lead for Namur up to 16 and La Boucherie with 18. So quite close together. Gilly going for the scoring pass, and we have Buyou in the front of the pack there behind one more blocker, but that's not a problem. Star in hand, going on the head. Gilly close by, ready with the arms, looking at the jam ref like, I'm gonna call, I'm gonna call. But they don't. Oof. Stumble at the outside. A penalty for La Boucherie jammer. So we are going to start with a power jam in favor of Namur. Namur now 5 points up against La Boucherie. La Boucherie 114, Namur 119. 6 more minutes on the clock. I'm feeling this. Are you also feeling this? Because my heart is racing. Okay, we have a Nino
across
and
the outside.
Buyou.
A really nice quick lead call for Ninon.
Buyou is still in the penalty box for the back block penalty at the end of the jam there. Back block penalty for Ninon.
Ninon sent to the box, so we have a jammer change in the penalty box.
0 points scored yet. No lead. A lead was closed, so we will have no lead. This is a 2-minute jam. The jammer for La Boucherie is coming back on the track. This is an initial pass, so but they cannot have lead anymore. This is a speeding. They speed up. Namur. Nice work there on the inside line by La Boucherie. Good final hit by Pulp, but it was not enough. Buyou did manage to stay inbounds. This is a scoring pass. Good work there by Tinker, really taking all the speed out of the jammer. Ninon back, already on a scoring pass. So every point, every second, every move counts. Penalty for Namur.
And both jammers are in their first scoring pass at the moment.
Strong defense. Everybody knows what this is coming to. Like, everybody's fighting, fighting, fighting for it. Every move counts.
And with the pack spread out at the moment, there's one blocker that needs to be in between for bridging, and that means that that blocker will not be able to help the jammer and do offense.
Yeah, some quick offense there by Pulp, but it was not enough. La Boucherie is really, really strong with that tripod. Both teams now have someone in the box, both for a forearms penalty. And 1-2-7 is coming back, making sure that Ninon doesn't have to go recycle all the way back.
And
both teams scored 4 points. 118 for La Boucherie, 123 for Namur. We still have 3 minutes and somewhat seconds on the board.
And in the meantime, thank you, Kay. It's really appreciated.
Yes, for this. This game is insane. Someone said, you are correct. You are correct. This game is insane. Lulu there with Payet. Lulu with the lead. Payet behind the blockers for Namur. 3 blockers on the track for La Boucherie. No star pass is possible because the pivot was possible because the pivot now is coming back. La Boucherie really aiming for the hit out of Lulu, but Lulu knows it and tries to stay in front and making sure that they are still in bounds. We still have Buyu with the star in hand on the initial pass. Lulu already on the scoring pass. And we have a skate back, but La Boucherie did not notice that Lulu was not out. So Lulu did end that scoring pass with 4 points already on the board. Now second scoring pass. And Payet still on the first initial pass with the star in hand, not able to score any points.
In the meantime, the pivot is really trying to get in a good position to pick the star, to pick up the star, and the La Boucherie pivot picks up the star and is now jamming and going into the scoring pass. Nicely seen by Namur, who quickly called it off before La Boucherie is able to score any points. And in the meantime, picking up themselves 8 points.
8 points for Namur in that final jam. That's 131 points for Namur, 118 for La Boucherie, bringing the total differential up to 13 points, which is nothing. Nothing, anything can still happen. 1 minute and a half on the clock. We have a timeout. Catch your breath, people. Everybody, take this at home. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. It is only 1 minute and a little bit, and then we will know who this game will be. This is an incredible roller derby game. I am so excited to be here. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
And with the teams lining up, going to 5.
Yes.
And 1 minute 33 on the clock.
Gilly against Armadillo. Armadillo again with a quick lead on the outside. Incredible whip there, took on their own. And then we have a quick star pass to Pulp for Namur. So Armadillo will go for that, yes, scoring pass, 4 points.
Punching through.
Yes, Pulp keeping it going. Armadillo is going to run it. They are going to try as hard as they can to get that point differential closed up. Good offense.
A nice pass through the inside, quickly calling it off. Picking up 4 points.
But leaving a little bit of crumbs there for Namur, who also scores 2 points. 126 for La Boucherie, 126 for La Boucherie, 137, excuse me, 11 points, 30 more seconds on the clock. Nino versus Buyu on the track. Nino in front, Buyu in the back. 1 blocker down for La Boucherie.
For La Boucherie, it's really important to get this lead. But Ninon takes it. Ninon takes it.
Ninon takes it.
Will Ninon be looking at the clock? I think so. I think so. Ninon is looking at the clock, running down the seconds, waiting until the game ends.
Yes. They wanted to end. They wanted to end. They probably worked hard enough. They're like.
And Ninon plays it safe. Ninon plays it safe. Calls the game. Calls the jam. Calls the game. When the game clock ran out.
This was incredible. I hope you are all watching this at home and like being amazed by what this was. Namur did manage to get back from a point differential. At halftime, we had 91 in favor of Boucherie against 54 for Namur. So that was a point differential of about 40 points. Namur crawled their way 1 point at a time back in that second half. We had a lead change in like 10 minutes before the end. We now will end this game 139 for Namur, 126 for La Boucherie. This is incredible.